suspicious.
Of me? All right, well, we need to get to our next guest, and this is interesting. He is an entertainer.
I love a show.
You love what?
A show.
You love a show? Just
Yes.
shows in general?
Yes, that's right. What does he entertain you with?
Well, I don't know. We're going to talk to him about that.
Oh, good.
He's an entertainer of sorts. I don't have all of that information on me, but we're going to talk to him. Will you be sort of my co-host here?
Absolutely, sir. Wow, what an honor. I've been missing my other half. You'll be a good replacement.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know that I want to do that necessarily, but you can certainly talk to our next guest with me if you like.
Okay.
I believe he's a children's entertainer, so that's
Wow.
So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But he's a children's entertainer, and his name is Big Chunky Bubbles. Big Chunky Bubbles.
Yeah, hello.
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Is it?
It is. I'm fascinated by new people. And
Are you really?
are you going to question every single statement I make?
Do you think I am?
I do.
I'm not.
Oh, okay. This is Murphy O'Malaman.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
Murphy's a child of 9 years old.
Yeah. I'm around kids a lot. Not my favorite.
You don't like children,
No, and they don't like me.
but you're a children's entertainer,
Yeah, it's the best I could do.
meaning you wanted to be a regular entertainer.
Sure.
But kids with their ill-formed brains were the only ones who enjoyed you, or?
That almost seemed like a rude question.
But it wasn't, you have to admit.
Yeah, I have to admit. I think it's because my particular act maybe didn't capture the hearts and minds of adults.
What is your act? You're
My name is Big Chunky Bubbles.
But I mean, you're dressed like a magician. You have a suit on and a top hat and a
That's
cape.
right. I create bubbles.
You create bubbles. What does that mean?
Yeah. What do you mean, what does that mean? Bubbles have to come from somewhere.
Like,
So I create them. Not all bubbles before you ask that.
I'm not assuming you
I
create.
don't want to hear like, oh, I was in a pool and I saw some bubbles. Did you make those? No, I didn't.
if you saw bubbles in the pool,
Sometimes you see bubbles in the pool. It's not uncommon. Or in a stream.
It's usually when a fellow swimmer farts in the pool is when you see
How rude.
them. Of them, yes.
Both you and that hypothetical person.
so you make big chunky bubbles?
I make big chunky bubbles. Listen. It's not funny. Anyone can make bubbles out of soap. It makes me sick. I make bubbles out of various soups and porridges. That's why they call me Big Chunky Bubbles.
Do the kids get to eat them?
Get to. They end up eating them.
So let me get your process right.
All right. Let's see how you do.
You're hired for a children's party.
Right. Because someone has seen my ad in the newspaper, or they've gotten one of my leave behind postcards at a previous event, or once a month when I hire my skywriter, they've seen that in the sky.
You hire a skywriter once a month?
Once a month! Did I stutter?
What day do you do it? Do you do it on payday?
Do you have any idea how it works in my line of work?
The skywriting or the chunky bubble line of work?
I'm not a skywriter. I make big chunky bubbles.
I get it.
She gets it.
Why are you teaming up against me?
I'm mad at you.
I don't know. I don't get it.
Well, there's not a payday. I don't go every Friday to the office, the chunky bubble office, and get my check.
You misunderstand. I mean on people's paydays. So that they have disposable income. They look up in the sky.
Why would I make that leap?
If I were skywriting...
Hold on a second. Am I right, folks? That's asking a lot.
Boo! They're all booing.
How do you know when everyone gets paid, sir?
Yes, sir.
On the 15th and the last day of the month. Yes! Thank you, one guy. I'm right.
What about people who have direct deposit? Where are my direct deposit people at?
I'm just saying.
What
Yes.
about What about freelancers like detectives?
Yeah.
Where are my freelancers at?
Or like chunky bubble artists. Are there any of those out here tonight? You're lying. I'm the only one.
All right, I'm not going to defend this point anymore.
Good, because you're losing.
All I'm saying is that were I hiring a skywriter,
Right.
I would hire him on the 15th because I know a lot of people get paid then. They would hire me that day. They go,
good.
oh, I have a lot of money in my pocket.
Right, good plan.
When do you do it?
I hire skywriters around the times when children's birthdays are most likely to occur.
When would that be? Like
Days of the week. And is it me or is it him?
I would also hire a skywriter on November 14th.
Yeah, because their parents fucked on Valentine's.
She gets it.
Great.
Maybe a week before so they could plan it. So you get hired by these parties.
Yeah.
You step out on stage.
Yeah, I go in their backyard, their living room, wherever they decide to shuttle me off to.
Shuttle you off. You're the main
Why
attraction.
don't they have a proper stage for an artist of my caliber?
No one has a proper stage. This place barely has a proper stage.
Uh-oh, someone's going to write a blog about you. You better be careful. Got the giggles.
So you come out. You come out on not
I'm
on.
poorly introduced by one of the parents every single time.
What do they do? They mess up your name, or they?
They mess up everything. They don't know how to be in show business.
Can you show us how they introduce you?
Yeah. They're like, everybody settle down, settle down, settle down. Jordan, put that down. Brinkley, no.
Brinkley?
Yeah. Meyer, Briggs, stop that right now. And they make all the kids sit down. They're yelling at them to the point of crying. That's not helping me much. Then they say, all right, here's the entertainment, everybody. Very special. He's going to make bubbles. They don't even say my name, Big Chunky Bubbles.
And they don't say that you're going to make it out of soup either.
No! They should prepare the kids for that.
All right. So once you're introduced, then what does your act consist of? You have big terrains of soup.
Terrains? Do you mean terrines?
That's my accent coming through.
Oh. Sorry. I didn't know you were one of the lads from Liverpool or whatever. I do have big terrines of soup, a couple crock pots of stew.
So it's hot?
Yeah, piping hot.
How big are the bubbles that you're making?
Well, they range in size. That's what makes it a show.
Okay, I'm not suggesting that every bubble is the exact same size. Give me a range. Don't be so exasperated with me. I'm interested in you.
Well, thank you for that. Not a lot of people are.
I know.
Are you in
How
a
do you know?
Because of the way you're fucking talking to me.
Hey, watch your language. I'm a children's entertainer, and there's a child here. What were you going to say?
How did all that soup just fall out of your mouth while you were talking?
I keep deposits of soup in my cheeks just in case I get booked for a last-minute gig.
Well, I was going to ask you, are you in a relationship, sir?
Not anymore.
Oh, no.
It's very sad.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Sorry, I asked.
You had a wife or a girlfriend?
I had a wife. Well, first she was my girlfriend. Then she became my wife. I've had both.
What was she before she was your girlfriend?
A lady I met.
And before that?
Someone's child.
And before that?
Well, just a baby waiting to be born in heaven, I suppose.
So she went from being someone's child to then being a lady you met?
Yeah.
In the space of how long?
Well, how long it takes for a young lady to start out on her own and leave the nest.
But so she was never just a lady who didn't know you? She only became a lady when you met her?
Did you meet her on her 18th birthday?
Hey! You guys ask some weird questions and I answer them to the best of my ability. What is this, Meet the Press with Chuck Todd?
Okay, I'm sorry.
So what happened to her?
She died.
Oh, no. Do you know how?
Yeah. It was a terrible bubble accident.
What happened?
One of my terrines was too hot, and I was showing her a new bubble trick where I was going to make a square bubble out of some Campbell's chunky soup. Well, she was too close because she was always very supportive, and she wanted to be right up center stage watching the action. And it scalded her face so bad it went right through to the brain. That was some hot soup. I'll always feel bad about it, like William Burroughs.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. That sounds sincere.
I'm really sorry.
I'm so sorry.
So sorry, sir. Gee, I'm sorry.
That sounds sincere. Thank you.
Why do you? Okay. Look,
I call him like I see him.
do you have any? Did you have any kids with her, or?
Yeah, I got 3 kids.
3 kids?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 Sesame Street. Your kids murdered my brother.
No, I don't think that.
Think so.
No.
Oh, okay.
So you have 3 kids. That must be difficult to raise them without their mother.
It's the worst. I can't stand them.
You don't
What are
like
they
your
like?
kids?
No, they're very disrespectful. There's twins, and then there's the one extra one.
Was the extra one born first or last? Or?
Last.
Oh, yeah.
And it was sort of like, oh, one more of these?
And what are their names?
The twins are named Bobby and Robbie.
Why? That's very confusing.
Why? What do you mean?
Well, Robbie is...
Yeah, Robbie.
They're both short for Robert.
What? Since when? That's not their names are Robbie and Bobby. Neither one of them is named Robert.
All right.
Well, you're making me upset.
What?
You're asking some very tough questions.
You're getting upset. I'm not making you upset.
Fair enough, I guess. You've been to therapy.
What's your other kid's name?
Tag. He's the worst. 8 years old. I can't stand him.
And how old are your twins?
They're 12.
Yeah. And what's Tag's problem? And why would you call him Tag?
Because he was like extra.
Like a skin tag?
Yeah, that's how I think of him.
That's so sad for him.
No, is it? He has a pretty good life.
Why is that?
Well, I provide for him.
Does he have a race car bed?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he does.
Lucky?
It's sponsored by Dale Unser.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it actually drive?
No, it doesn't drive. What's unusual is a race car to be sponsored by a driver. That never happens. Usually the cars have corporate sponsorship, not the sponsorship of a sole driver. I give this guy everything.
What kind of mattress is on his race car bed?
I'm glad you asked, because I spared no expense.
Well, although, did you spend a lot of money on the mattress?
Well, truth be told, it was very reasonable. But it's a top-of-the-line mattress. 3 layers of cooling comfort.
3 layers?
Yeah.
Three layers of cooling comfort. 1, 2, 3. My brother's dead inside a mattress.
Well, that reminds me, if you want to be dead inside a mattress, our tour sponsor, Lisa Mattresses, thanks to them very much. But let me ask you, Big Chunky Bubbles. By the way, do you have a regular name, or is that your stage name?
I do have a regular name, of course. I wasn't born Big Chunky Bubbles.
Ew.
What?
I just pictured you coming out inside of a big chunky bubble.
Well, I did. But that's not my name. That's not my name.
That's not my name.
All right, Ting Tings.
I do have a regular name.
What's your regular name?
People don't like it.
Hit me with it.
Petey Amin.
Like Edie Amin?
No! Now you put that association in people's minds.
It's one word?
No, it's not one. Don't you know how names work, you dumb kid?
No, I don't. Teach me, sir.
Well, don't you have a first name and a last name?
Yeah, so?
So do I.
I get it now.
That was easier than I thought. You're smarter on the uptake than Tag.
Well, I mean, you must be a very successful children's entertainer.
No, I'm not.
Why not? I mean, you sound like you have a very unique act.
I do, but the parents all get upset because my act is so much messier than regular bubble performers.
When it pops, it just scalds all of the children.
Yeah, it's a bunch of soup.
Yeah.
It makes a mess even if kids aren't scalded. I always make sure the kids are far enough away they won't get burned by the piping hot soup bubbles.
How far away do they have to be?
Well, like A good 30, 40 feet.
Can they even hear your show?
No. I mean, they say they can't, but I'm good at projecting my voice.
Are you?
Yeah. Well, you doubt it?
Also, you were saying.
I'll say to the kids, all right, here we go. You ever seen a bubble inside a bubble? And then they start like saying something like, shut up, shut up. I wasn't finished. You ever seen a bubble inside a bubble made of soup?
Does every one of your questions end with made of soup?
A lot of them do. Some end with made of stew.
So is your whole show just asking if anyone's ever seen a bubble made of soup and then you make a bubble with soup?
I feel like that's very reductive.
Well, I'm having a birthday soon and I want to know what your show's all about.
Well, I make the bubbles, of course, but I also have a lot of fun. Hey, why is everybody ducking under when they go back to their seat like there's a helicopter in here? It's very distracting. There's not a helicopter in here, is there? It's like an episode of MASH.
Well, Murphy, you have a birthday coming up. You're having a birthday party in the afternoon sometime on a Saturday afternoon, or when are you having it?
Yeah, I'll probably have it on a Saturday afternoon after payday.
Looks like my skywriting worked. Okay, let me walk you through the show.
Okay.
Here's what it is. I get the terrible introduction from the parents.
Well, from her dad, probably.
Well, yeah, he's in the TV and he probably won't talk to you. Most people can't hear him except me and my brother.
Did you say he's in the TV?
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole thing.
Have you ever seen
boy.
Have you ever seen the cartoon of the old prospector?
I guess I have.
That's my daddy.
You seem troubled. It's just like Robbie, who's always like, I can feel another skeleton inside me.
Other than his own?
Well, they were supposed to be triplets.
Oh.
That's what the doctor told us, and then when they came out, they were just twins. We were like, I guess he was wrong. But every once in a while, Robbie says, oh, the base of my neck, the base of my neck. It's like someone's trying to scream. And I'm like, can't I read the paper in peace?
New York Times?
The Daily News.
You sing it.
Is that your favorite song?
I love that song. New York State of Mind by Billy Joel.
Oh, so good. The Daily News.
Some folks like to get away.
Oh, you have a beautiful voice.
Thank you. I sing at the end of my show.
You do?
Yeah.
What do you sing?
I give these kids a good show.
What do you sing?
I sing a song of my own composition.
Would you sing a little bit for us
I'd
right
love
now?
to. Sure. I'd love to do my act for free again. I close my show. Here's the thing. I'll walk you through the show. I come out, terrible introduction from the parents. Okay, shut up, get out of here. I say to the kids, move back, move back. I turn off the sterno, and I get my wand, and I say, all right, all right. Who here's seen bubbles before? And everybody's like, me. And I'm like, yeah, that's good, that's good. It's a rhetorical question. They don't know what that means. Do you know what rhetorical means?
You're not supposed to answer it.
Oh, look at this. Go to the head of the class, child.
Wait, was that a rhetorical question?
No.
Good.
So you don't know what one is?
I'm confused.
I was genuinely asking if she knew what a rhetorical question was, then she answered it,
Yes.
so it wasn't a rhetorical question.
Exactly, I get it.
That was a good lesson.
You guys are driving me crazy. So then I take my wand, I dip it in a tureen.
You use a bubble stick?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
What's it shaped like on the end?
What a strange question.
I know a wizard who'd want to know.
It's just round for
That'd
bubbles.
probably be better for him.
Anyway, go on.
Thanks. So I dip it in some soup.
What flavor is the soup, by the way? We haven't talked about that.
Most of it's beef stock. Every once in a while, it'll be an alphabet soup. Very rarely, it'll be a gazpacho.
You should use gazpacho more.
The bubbles aren't as good. So dip it in there. I start waving it around. The bubbles start forming. I got smaller ones that I dip into a stew, and then I make smaller bubbles to go into the other bubbles. Now, sometimes I'll pull out a cigarette to blow smoke into the bubbles. That's when the parents go crazy. And I'm like, it's herbal, relax. And then I do all the bubbles. These stupid kids are like, so what? I want to play video games. And then I close with my song.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You forgot about my song.
I was so into the show.
Could you see it in your mind?
Yeah, I love those stinky bubbles.
Makes the kids hungry, then they eat all their cake.
Wait, you're trying to get them to eat cake?
Like that's a problem?
It's a birthday party.
Yeah, but I've never known a party of kids who didn't want to eat their cake.
Results speak for themselves.
Okay, I don't know that you're having any effect
After my
on this.
show, those kids eat that cake. Case closed. So I close with my song. Your life is just beginning. Now you've seen my show. Oh, the road ahead of sinning will set you down below.
Oh, boy. Oh.
All of you are doomed. All of you are doomed. I hope you liked my show. Yeah.
An important theological message there.
Well, I mean, I'm not particularly religious. It's more of a metaphorical thing.
Really?
Well, these kids are jerks. I don't like them.
Oh, no.
Aren't hosts supposed to be not rude?
Well, we have another guest, so I have to get to him. Is that all right?
I don't care.
You don't care anymore?
No.
I love it.
Hey, don't Icona pop him.
Don't Icona pop me.
I'm sorry. Get on your knees and beg for forgiveness.
What? Why would I get... You say I'm sorry. Why am I getting on my knees to beg for forgiveness?
Look, she's into some weird shit.
Kids.
This one in particular. All right, well, we have to get to our next guest. He's an entrepreneur. We've spoken to him once before on the show. I believe he owns a series of chain restaurants by the name of Culver.
A series of chain restaurants?
A series of restaurants that belong to one chain. How is that?
Well, I like that.
Okay. By the name of Culver's, please welcome Don Darling to the stage. Hi, Don.
How you doing? How's it going?
It's going well. How are you?
Hey, great. All these W's around here for Wisconsin, my home state. That's where I'm from.
Yeah, no, I get it.
That's where I live and reside.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, I realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where your home address is.
Yeah, that's right. And my empire of Culver's restaurants in Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
Right, yes. Now, for those of you who haven't heard Don's episode, you have an army, not an army, you have a lot.
A series?
You try to talk this much and see how it comes out.
I guess you're right. I'm sorry.
But you own a lot of restaurants. What's that?
I was going to say, now beg.
Who, to you?
You beg to him for forgiveness. He said he's sorry.
I'm not going to beg him.
Please.
You just want to see people on their knees.
Yeah.
I hear that. I'm a sugar daddy.
Yeah, Don is a sugar daddy. You have how many women are you sponsoring?
Well, right now, none. The most recent, once again, left to pursue a nursing degree at one of the state colleges in Wisconsin, which I was fine with because she's about to turn 24, which, as you know, is my cutoff.
Right. Once women turn 24, you no longer want to be their sugar daddy.
Hashtag gross.
Are you looking up a lot of things on Twitter with the hashtag of gross?
Yep. Hashtag gross. Hashtag sunrise. Hashtag beef. Hashtag butter.
You ever do hashtag big chunky bubbles?
I try to keep it to just one word after the hashtag. Big chunky bubbles is that's quite a mouthful. Big chunky bubbles sounds like something that we'd have as a special at one of my Culver's restaurants. Now, did you know that Culver's is the home of the Butter Burger?
The Butter Burger.
The Butter Burger. It's a regular beef patty cooked in all butter for you to tempt fate with.
Is that how it's advertised as something that may or may not kill you when you have it?
No, that's just me at my personal franchise, of which I own 3.
Right. You own 3 restaurants.
I own 3 Culver's restaurants.
3 Culver's restaurants. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 Sesame Street. That's where you're from. You know where my brother is. What'd you do to my brother, you murderer?
I haven't killed anyone, but if he's dead, I'll use his flesh for butter burgers.
That's
a fair offer. This guy seems very reasonable.
Okay.
I'm not great at relating to children. I mainly stick to women ages 18 to 24.
Yeah. How do you find these women when they turn 18?
Well, a lot of them contact me through my website, dondarling.weebly.com /sugar daddy.
You can't just go to the .com and then click on a link of the sugar daddy at the top of the page. You have to go to the...
That'll go to a page 404.
Oh, okay.
You got to put in the / to get to me.
Right.
Because it's a Weebly page.
Right.
What?
What's Weebly?
Weebly is a way to build a website. It's a Weebly.
That didn't clear anything up.
Well, all right. My apologies. I don't know how to explain it another way. It's a Weebly page.
It's a website building tool.
Yeah.
We're Squarespace people here, so...
Build it beautiful.
No, they don't have a slogan anymore.
Just do it. Maybe you're born with it. Squarespace.
Maybe you're born with a website?
Yeah.
What if everyone got a domain name when they were born?
They probably do now.
Yeah.
Probably.
I had to go out and get my own in my hunt for the perfect sugar baby. Now, I tend to find a lot of codependent ladies that are pursuing a degree in nursing at some point in time.
But you date exclusively nurses?
Well, that's every time the coin is flipped, that's the side it lands on. Now, me personally, I always target women that remind me of my mother or sisters.
I like it.
That's... Oh, thank you. It's not a perversion. It's what I know.
It's what you're attracted to. Who knows what you're attracted to? Maybe you showered with your mother when you were 3 years old, and you were like, "That's the feminine ideal," and
Yeah, who didn't?
Yeah, where'd you come up with that idea?
Seems like a very specific example.
Who knows why we think any of these things?
Seems like you have a specific reason why you think that.
No one else here thought of that at all.
I'm just saying, the mind, human sexuality, it plays funny tricks on us.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's why I finally became honest with myself about wanting to be a sugar daddy and provide for someone in a relationship that had limited emotional attachment.
Right. You don't like to get too close to these women.
I really don't. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I really don't, period. I'm 47 years old. I'm not looking to get married. I'm certainly not looking to get kids.
You think it's the end of the line for you?
I do. I've thought a lot of people come to me and they say, "Don, what are you going to do if you pass away? Don't you want to have an heir so that you can give these Culver's restaurants to somebody?" And I say, "No, the day I die, they burn to the ground."
Is that in your will?
That's in my will. I've got a pacemaker in right now, and as soon as it stops, it sets off an ignition switch in all 3 restaurants.
It's like a speed situation?
Yeah.
Will it alert the customers?
Or the employees?
There's a 10-second countdown.
10 seconds!
Yeah, and Closer to Free by the Bodines starts playing. And then it all goes up in flames, baby. You know the Bodines?
Is it 10 seconds from the beginning of the Bodine song?
Yeah, Closer to Free, the iconic riff.
Go ahead and sing a little bit of it.
Everybody 1, everybody 2, everybody 3. And then the fire starts.
By the time it hits 3, because that's 10 seconds of the song?
Pretty much. I was probably speeding up the song.
Right, yeah. So these women, they're all nurses because it's an expensive school to go to, I would imagine. So
That's how it's played out. I haven't targeted nurses, and
Right.
I'm not some aggressive guy out there. I just put it out there. If you want to get paid in Culver's gift cards in exchange for limited romantic contact, I'm your guy.
When you say limited romantic contact, what do you make these women do?
Well, the first time that I was on the podcast, I explained the baseball system, right? I did the baseball analogy.
Go through it again here for the people.
First base is a $10 Culver's gift card.
Now, I guess what I'm wondering is, what does first base mean to you? Not what you pay them for, but is it the traditional first base that we're talking?
Except I like to throw in a lot of eye contact while kissing.
Okay.
I hate to close my eyes when I'm aroused.
Why'd you look at me?
Honestly, I was trying to look at Big Chunky Bubbles. You just got in the way.
Why were you looking at me?
Hey, stranger.
Do you know each other? It feels like you only say that when you know someone.
Yeah.
You don't say, "Hey, stranger," to an actual stranger.
Hey, stranger. What if you went around saying that to every single person you didn't know?
I mean, I know Scott, and I'm not going to call a child stranger. But I will call that gentleman down there stranger.
Why don't you call me Big Chunky Bubbles? That's my name.
I don't feel like I know you well enough to call you Big Chunky Bubbles.
It's a stage name. Anyone can call me that.
Why can't we call you your real name, Petey Amin?
Makes people sad when they remember Petey Amin, the terrible dictator. As as portrayed by Forrest Whitaker in the Oscar-winning film The Last King of Scotland.
In one of my Culver's locations, The Last King of Scotland is constantly playing on the television.
Why?
It makes people hungry.
Wait, is this another birthday cake situation? Just because they're eating doesn't mean that it's making them hungry.
Oh, well, I haven't connected those dots.
Oh, Dots, that made me hungry for that candy that comes on paper.
Yeah, it's so filling.
It's delicious.
I like the paper part.
I eat the paper too.
I roll it in a ball and eat the whole thing at once. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
I heat it up in the microwave till it's just a big mess.
So, Don, why did you come here?
Well, I came to put the word out that if anyone wants to move to Sheboygan, Wisconsin, and be my next sugar baby, then I'm open for business, you know? Whoa!
How are you above the age of 25, ma'am? Oh!
Wow! Wow!
Realized her mistake right in the middle of it.
I mean, the best way to check someone to see if they're lying is to just ask them again, I guess. Well, sorry, miss, but 24 is the cutoff, all right? I'm not in the business of, I don't know. Actually, 24 is just arbitrary. Whatever.
Really? You would go above 25 then?
Well, if someone could convince me that the number 25 was the number 24, yeah, I would go there. But that's why I came on. I came out to throw it again. Once again, my sugar baby has left me for a nursing program in the greater Wisconsin area. And I'm on the prowl again, except I'm not really prowling. My back hurts, and I tore my hamstrings getting in and out of my Escalade. I tore the left one getting out. I tore the right one getting back in. But luckily, one of the Culvers that I'm on is at the top of the hill, and I live at the bottom. So I just put it in drive and rolled. And then I got down and I pressed the brake with my hand. Then I reached up and I put it in park. And I crawled into my house. You've been there. It's the same thing as when you said, that thing about being 3 years old and looking at your naked mom.
No, that was hypothetical.
So that's what I'm looking at. And ideally, you're under 24 years old. And if you want to look like my mom or sisters, that's great. You should have a bob, and in the back, it should be spiky hair.
They all have the same haircut?
Mom in the front, Lincoln Park, Limp Bizkit in the back. That turns me on. I don't want to leave Wisconsin. I came here as a favor.
To whom?
I guess my travel agent.
Does he own a travel agency called Travel Agent C?
Yeah, travel agent, C.
Yeah. I know that guy.
He wanted to get me more Marriott points.
Yeah. And his parents go and they hurry you along?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, anyway.
What are you talking about?
Never mind. So, what qualities do you want other than just physical in a woman?
Well, physical is definitely number one on the list. And there have been times in my life where there's only one thing on the list. But I'm an older man, so I like companionship.
Sure.
So number two is probably knowing the entire catalog of Violent Femmes.
The Milwaukee band Violent Femmes.
Iconic Wisconsin Milwaukee band. Number two is, be able to eat 2 butter burgers in front of me without burping or flinching.
Flinching?
Like you're going to hit her?
Huh?
Like, what do you do? Are you, holding your fist up the entire time? What?
Jeez, you got a pretty negative opinion of me.
Well, why would she flinch? It's like, what's making her flinch when she's eating a burger besides someone slapping her?
Well, the butter coursing through her system, of course.
Oh. I think I get it.
Big Chunky Bubbles, have you ever thought of using hot butter in your act?
I tried it briefly, but it was too hot.
So you have your standards.
More trouble than it's worth. Also, have you seen the price of butter?
I guess that's something I don't pay attention to.
Oh, must be nice.
If you can accurately tell me the price of butter right now, I'll give you $10.
Where I'm from,
Yeah.
butter's $8 a pound.
I don't believe you.
Well, you're welcome to come with me to where I live and go to the grocery store, walk down the dairy aisle with me and see for yourself.
Where do you live again?
You know.
Well, I don't know. Murphy here. Maybe you aspire to be when you grow up. Maybe you aspire to be.
A sugar baby?
I don't know. How can someone train themselves to be a sugar baby?
Yeah, how do I train myself to be an aspiring nurse who wants you to pay for my school?
Honey, just run out of luck.
Well, I feel like I'm already well on my way there.
No. Life takes lots of twists and turns, all right? I'm not advocating this arrangement for anybody in particular. I'm just saying that my point in life, I'm not looking for a spouse. I'm not looking for a girlfriend. I'm looking for someone to come over a couple times a week, watch Columbo with me, put me to bed fully clothed, and leave on her own volition.
You want her to put you to bed fully clothed?
Is she dressing you and putting more clothes on you?
Yeah, by the time I finish a full day's work at one of my Culvers, I am next to naked.
What?
Wait,
Why?
you work at your Culvers, first of all?
I wake up at 7 a.m. I open my first Culvers on Washington Street. I go to the next one near...
Washington Street.
Washington Street.
Is that a clue?
From a previous mystery.
I don't think that your dead brother... Your brother's dead?
We don't know that. That's the thing. I don't think he is.
He thinks he's dead too, see?
Wait, why does everyone think that?
I'm just repeating what people are saying. I think he's dead, though. It sounds like he's dead.
Why, just because he scaled a tree like he was in a Twilight movie?
He did?
Yeah.
He's definitely dead.
Okay, now I don't know if there's enough evidence for this.
If I did that, I'd be dead in a heartbeat. A butter-soaked heartbeat.
Provided by your pacemaker?
Yeah, my pacemaker. Jeez. Every once in a while, I got to take it out and wash the butter off it.
What?
That's a pacemaker joke. I can't take it out.
Goes over well with the pacemaker crowd.
I get one or two laughs before they have to calm themselves down.
So then you open up your first one on Washington Street. That's
Yep.
at 7 a.m.
That's at
Do you have
7 a.m.
staggered opening times for all of your restaurants?
Yeah, I don't trust anyone to manage the restaurants, so I stagger the opening time. 7 a.m., that gets a pretty good rush. My employees come in. 7:30 a.m. for store number 2, 8 a.m. for store number 3, and then I close them. 10 p.m. for store number 1, 10:30 p.m. for store number 2, 11 p.m. for store number 3. And by that time, I am completely naked.
This is what I'm not getting. What? Are you playing strip restaurateur? What is happening?
I don't know how you guys close doors, but I always close them with an item of clothing in it and then walk away and it rips off my body.
Every time?
Every time.
Like a cartoon?
Yeah, every single time. Usually it's pants first, and then I waddle over to store number 2, pantsless.
Pants first.
Uh-huh. Then it's blazer second, that rips off, and then at the third store it's usually my shirt. And there I am in nothing but the jockstrap.
Why are you wearing a jockstrap?
Well, I like the front to be covered, but the back to be free flowing. I don't know why that's gross.
I think it was the phrase free flowing.
If you ate 3 Culver's meals a day, you'd understand that free-flowing is a great thing. Custard tends to stop the pipes, if you know what I mean. And I'm talking about when you pour the rest of the custard of the day into the toilets because it'll go bad overnight.
Right. Yeah, no, I got what you meant.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Well, I wish you well. I mean...
Thanks. You want me to leave?
No. Maybe there's someone out here who would like to be his new... I mean, we obviously not you, ma'am, but nope, sorry.
Oh, that's really nice. Oh, a guy pointing at his girlfriend. Cool. They're not together.
You're not together.
Uh-oh, better put the kiss cam on him to be sure.
Kiss, 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 kiss. Now they're just knocking heads.
They just slammed
Fucking
their
weirdos.
heads together. That looks like it hurt.
I don't know if they're human. They might be aliens.
Well, you can go to my Weebly page and submit a request. There's just a little questionnaire that you fill out for me to screen you to make sure that you're not 6 or 7 guys waiting to beat me up in Sheboygan Park.
What are these questions? Can you go through them here?
Are you a woman? Are you less than 24 years old? Do you want to be my sugar baby? What's up?
Which one tells you that they're not 6 or 7 guys? Is it what's up?
Yeah, because that's the essay question.
And usually they reveal themselves to be...
Usually 6 or 7 guys can get through the first 3 questions, no problem. But then what's up? It's like, I'm a sugar baby. Wouldn't it be fun if I kicked your ass with my friends in a park? And then I'm like, wait a minute. This isn't a woman named Abigail. This is 6 or 7 guys.
Hey. Do you also include a CAPTCHA? To make sure there's no robots answering your questionnaire?
That's right. Unfortunately, it's the same one. It's always 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you type that in, then it proves that you're not a bot. A bot. I learned that recently. A bot.
I don't know what you're saying.
Bat. B-O-T. Bat.
Okay.
A bat. An internet bat.
A
Right.
spam bot.
What's that?
A spam bot.
A spam bot. Something subversive sent to us from one of the 3 Matrix movies. To ruin our society and ensure that we someday turn into the Matrix movies.
You learned this the other day.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in the director's commentary to Matrix 2. A lot of people think that's the worst one of the trilogy. I agree.
I don't know how we got into film criticism here.
Well, I got a few things to say.
All right, let's hear. What do you got?
How come in the Willy Wonka movies, Willy Wonka got so mad at kids chewing gum?
I have a question too.
Sure.
Are you going to answer his?
Oh, I didn't know. I thought it was rhetorical. Do you know what that means?
Yeah. Was I supposed to answer that?
No, I wasn't either.
It was rhetorical.
Thank you. And Look Who's Talking. Do you think like the parents of the kids who were in Look Who's Talking ever said "Look Who's Talking" when they started talking? Like the parents of the child baby actors when they finally learned to talk.
When they finally learned to talk.
Do you think everyone said "Look Who's Talking"?
About the child actors in real life.
Yeah. That's my movie question.
And then they would laugh at it, I assume?
At it, yeah, the kid.
I guess so, yeah. I assume that they
So
must.
you are answering all the questions?
Okay, yeah. I'll take them all.
I got another question.
All right, go ahead.
then.
What do you have?
How come in Raiders of the Lost Ark, all the stuff that happened would have happened without Indiana Jones? Stuff just happens. He's just there. At the end of the movie, he's tied to a pole.
The least climactic climax in movie history.
Well, it's just God's wrath. He's not doing anything. All he did was murder a bunch of people.
I've got an Indiana Jones related rhetorical question.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you think that when Adolf Hitler signs the Grail Diary, it increases or decreases the value?
All right, that's our show. Tim Baltz, Lauren Lapkus, Paul F. Tompkins. I'm Scott Aukerman. Thank you, Portland.